WA688K727.
Gotcha, Mike. I don't hear Ralph in there, though.
I don't either. I didn't know it was Mike in there. But my antenna in this direction, he's probably pointing in the other direction, is pretty weak. 800, Mikey, check me in, AA6S.
Roger, Roger, Bill. Good to hear you. No problem. I can hear you either way. But it would be good to get Ralph in here. I tried for Ralph on Friday night, but I guess I was late. You guys were in and worked him before 7:45. I got here about 8:42 or something, and 7:42, and you guys were all gone already, I guess.
Oh, let me go down to 090 and see if he's down there.
Okay. Tell him I'm sorry I missed him on Friday. I called, but I didn't get here till 7. I thought he started at 7:45 looking this way, but Rob and you guys worked him way before that.
Yeah, he jumps in early. I guess his email's saying 7:20 now or something. But if he hears us talking ahead of time, he'll jump in. So it's just kind of hit and miss, but it's usually earlier than 7:45 now.
Okay, well, I called. I made about 15 calls up to 8 o'clock. I finally gave up, but I didn't hear anybody.
Okay, well, yeah, he might have been done looking up this way anyway. I'll head down to 090.
All right, I'll be ready to go here. I'm early, and you guys are certainly early. K6MYC, Bozo Net, preparation for 1296 Bozo Net here in Central California.
K6TSK, 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 WA6, AAJ, over.
I'm listening here as well, Mike, but I don't hear anything yet. Have you heard him at all?
No, I haven't heard anything. I don't even know where Bill went.
Okay, well, I realized I had put this in memory. Otherwise, it's hard for me to tune down here, but I got it in a memory position so I can come down here easily. So let's see if we make a little noise together. K6TSK or anybody down south, K6MYC with WA6AAJ, calling and listening. Probably be listening closer to 7:30, isn't he?
Well, yeah, like I said, it's kind of hit and miss with him. Let me try him. K6TSK, 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 WA6AAJ, over. No, I don't hear him.
Well, we can chat here for a couple of minutes. We've got a few minutes to go before net time. I was up on the other frequency. Nobody's up there except you and Bill, so we'll just we'll make a little noise here. Maybe he'll hear you or me. Between the three of us, we should be able to get his attention if he's getting ready to get on the air here. I can't imagine that he isn't there. He's always here on Tuesday, as I know it. But I'd like to say hello to him. It's been a long time. I missed him in the contest. I don't know when he's on in the contest, but I never catch him. I haven't worked LA in a contest now for 2 contests, over.
Roger. Well, I mean, I got his email this morning, so I know one thing. He's very, he's on time with his emails every morning, and then the next day he sends out the list of who he talked to, so he's pretty much on point.
Well, it's only 7:25, so we still got a few minutes. He may show up here at around 7:30. I'm usually pointed down his way, but I'm not going to be on this frequency pointed toward LA. I'm going to be pointed, I'm going to be on 100. But now I know how to get back and forth. I guess a long time ago I programmed 090 into this thing. So it goes to 090, and then I got another spot that's 100. I don't know what the third spot is. It's been so long since I did anything but punch the middle one. I don't even know. K6TSK, we're looking south, Ralph, with WA6AAJ and AA6S. K6MYC, Central California, calling and listening.
Nothing.
I got nothing.
Okay, I'm reading his email I just got this morning, and he says I will be calling south at 7:20, east at 7:30, and north, 7:45. I misread it, over.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you guys can stick around to 7:35 if he doesn't show up early. So anyway, you'll catch him, and then I'll look for you up on the other frequency. But we can still chat here for a couple of minutes on the outside chance that he's looking here and getting his antennas around, and maybe he'll hear some chatter here. K6TSK, where are you, Ralph? We're waiting for you. K6TSK with WA6AAJ. And Alpha 6 Sugar, K6MYC Delta Mach 07, K6MYC Bozo 47, looking south and listening.
I think Bill deserted us.
Oh, Bill's probably out watering your grass.
It could be.
I watered the dry dirt before I got in here.
Yeah, well, I'm sure my weeds will need watering fairly soon. I was telling you about the kerosene weed, the stinky weed.
Did you tell me about what? Yeah, I heard the times.
No, I was. Remember when I was talking to you a while back about the stink weed that I get during the summer?
Oh yeah, the stinkweed. Yeah, I call them kerosene plants.
Okay, Roger. You asked me if they were purple or green, and for whatever reason, I said. I think I said purple, but they're green right now. Over.
No, they haven't gotten purple yet. I don't have very many this year. They're either late or they're not coming at all. I'm not sure which. They're usually here, but we've been activated that area of the yard pretty heavily. A lot of work been going on in that area, and it may be that we've just disturbed their cycle here.
Okay, well, they're starting to come up. They're, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches tall right now, but they're starting. They're a funny weed, that's for sure.
Yes, sir, that is true. What time do you have? Whenever I hang my clock up, it stops. When I keep it laid flat, it works fine.
I got 7:32.
Okay, well, I better go up on the other frequency. My clock stopped again. I probably should put a new battery in it. Works. It worked for 3 days laying on its back here, kept perfect time. So I don't know what's going on with that. It must need a new battery. I'll see you up on the other frequency, Mike. You're already checked in, though. You don't have to come up if you don't want to. K6MYC going up, and I'll look for Bill around 7:35 after you guys work Ralph or before. We'll try to get a test at Arrow, okay?
Okay, roger that. I'll hang down here for a little bit. KM6SRR.
Here now, Mike, and Mikey, check me in.
I'm listening, Bill, and I hear you, Rob. We got you checked in. I'll be up on the other frequency in a second. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I'll see if we can get Ralph. I moved my antenna around. I figured you guys must have changed. I got a phone call when I got sidetracked there. I'll turn my antenna back around, Mike, and we'll see if we can get Ralph.
Ralph said he would be looking north at 7:35 today.
That gives me time enough to push the button on the rotor and let it go around and stop.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go back up on 100. I'll see you up there.
USL.
He said the email says 7:45. KM6SRR number 432.
Okay, we're up here. K6U, KM6SR, K6MYC. I got you.
Okay, Mike. Just checking.
Well, the first time I pushed the button, it didn't go up, and then every now and then when I push the what frequency am I on button, the audible readout, it reads halfway through and then it stops. So I kept going to 1296 point, 1296 point, 1296 point, and I could never get confirmation I was up on 100 here. All righty. Bozo Net, K6MYC. Who's here or who isn't? Go ahead. Oh, we got a plethora of people. KC5D to you. How about you, Kerry? The other boys are down on 090 waiting for Ralph to show up. He's not going to be there till 7:45 today, he said now. How you doing, Rob?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Been working on getting my station all set up for field day.
Oh, okay. Very good. By the way, it looks like Carolyn will be back on Wednesday sometime. We don't know when.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to have time to come over then, so I'll have to play by ear.
Roger.
Everything I do trying to get prepared always takes a lot longer than I thought, so I may be running out of time.
Yeah, it takes time to gather all those felt pins.
Yeah, and cut the wood and screw it together for your battery mount and your charge controller and for the radio and the Anderson power plug cables you got to make up.
That's quite a list.
That's only a little piece of it. I haven't even got into all the stuff I need in personal gear for tent camping and cot and sleeping bag and food for myself, all that.
Mosquito netting and off and stuff.
Yep, they got mosquitoes up there?
I don't know. I've never been there.
I'll have to ask Brett. He's the expert on our mosquitoes.
I got Blackie in here tonight.
Did he bring his friends, Bad Boy?
Bad Boy was, his kids were at the back door last night, though. We had skunks at the back door because I wasn't out here last night, so I didn't put any food out. I forgot to put food out yesterday here. And so they came to the back door and had little dogs all stoked up. One of them turned its back on the little dog, and Judy quickly closed the door because you don't have any problem when the skunk's looking at you, but when he turns around, you better pay attention.
Oh, yeah. You mean you just had the screen door on?
Yeah. So, no, we didn't have any problem. He turned around and put his head down and started to eat, so he wasn't in the mode to squirt anyway. But the dog was sure curious. What is that thing out there with a white stripe up his ass?
Yeah, that's a new kind of black cat.
For sure. QRZ, it's Bozo Net time, guys. K6MYC. I'll tell you what, I'm going to rotate. You can stay where you are. You might be able to catch a Tascadero tonight when they come around. They're going to look for a Tascadero, or you could call over that way. You could get through to him, Rob.
I dropped the mic. You think I could? I don't know.
You've heard him before. I don't even hear him here. He's totally blocked. So I'm going to go towards Santa Cruz and make a little noise, and then I'll shut up if you guys are starting to work somebody.
Okay.
I'll make a quick call to a Tascadero. A Tascadero, if you're copying me, W6WQQUI. There'll be somebody here in just a few minutes. I won't be able to hear you, but hang in there, Ron, and we'll check you in if you're here. W6QUI and AA6S will be up this way shortly, K6MYC. Okay, well, I'm pointed over towards Santa Cruz looking for KW6S. KW6S, K6MYC, calling and listening.
K6MYC, KW6S, 610.
Yeah, there he is. Howdy, Tom. KW6S. I moved the antenna a little bit, making sure I was pointed right there, but good to hear you. Very quiet evening. We've got only 4 check-ins so far here, but the boys are waiting for Ralph down on the other frequency here, so I don't know if they're going to get up your way or not tonight. What's new over there? We had a beautiful day here, a little warmer by a few degrees, but not bad. KW6S, K6MYC, over.
Wharf and had lunch, and then the afternoon basically grocery shopping and so forth. My wife was kind of laid up with her shoulder. We take care of all that, so we went out and did the hunting and gathering all afternoon, and back here in good shape on a beautiful day, and look forward to a great day tomorrow. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, okay. Now, when did she do the shoulder operation?
Oh, that was a little over a week and a half ago.
Okay, and she's still laid up with that. Of course, the arm is still in a sling, but she must be getting ready to get out of that mode, right?
Yeah, probably the sling for another couple of weeks, and then they said only when she goes out. She can not use it around the house, but for kind of protection of other people and so forth, to wear it when she goes out and around. We go back for the post-op tomorrow, so we'll get a little more word on how things are moving along.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Well, Judy got the word that Carolyn's cast came off today, and they put a splint on each arm, so she's much more functional now with fingers, and got rid of the cast, just a splint. With the arms and the bones all screwed together, she's probably pretty strong, and they only put the splint on there to remind you that you shouldn't do anything too wild. But the mechanics of it are okay, over.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing about wearing the sling when you go out, so you don't get into any kind of unusual situations or have somebody want to give you a hug or something like that, and kind of protection and to remind you to be careful about it. And is that Judy's daughter?
Roger.
MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I thought I'd remembered that. And you and Judy are kind of on your own starting tomorrow, I guess.
Well, she's supposed to be coming back down here for another few days, probably another week, and then she'll be probably well enough to go home. She's functional at home now, so she could stay home. Although I think she probably enjoyed it down here and wants to have a couple more days of rehab, and likes to see her mom and stuff. So who knows? Anyway, that's the story. We'll play it by ear. They're playing it by ear here. They're in the midst of a lot of moves and a lot of things going on the property too. So, all right. Anyway, I'll let you go, and I'll move up and say hello to Fred and whoever else is up there tonight. Good evening for now, and we'll see, of course, tomorrow on 2 meters, I believe, if you're going to be home and around. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
Yeah, I should be around tomorrow night, no problem at all, and we'll see how that all goes. And I'll let you get on up a little further north into the Bay Area. K6MYC, KW6S. Good night.
Yep, 7-3 for now, Tom. K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area. Bay Area Bozo Net. I think I'm pointed up there pretty close. KD6S OK or WB6JNN. Anybody? K6MYC.
That's okay, Mike. KD6S OK. Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, Fred. Good signal. I can probably peek on you But we had a nice day today. It was a little warmer than yesterday, but not so it puts you on your knees or anything high. So very, very nice weather here. KD6SOK 507 K6MYC. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Mike. It was a beautiful day up here. Man, it was gorgeous. It wasn't too hot. It was just perfect. We had sun this morning. It was overcast. And I don't think that it's probably going to make it 73 degrees today, so it was beautiful, beautiful. Luckily, we don't live on the East Coast. I can imagine the humidity. Anyway, it was a great day.
Okay, fine, Fred. One of the guys down south calling somebody with a Y in the call. Who are you calling, Bill? K6MYC? Well, he's not hearing me. Okay.
He's trying for Ron, Mike.
Don't say it again.
He's trying for Ron right now.
I'm just not copying what you're saying. You got to give me more verbiage and more information. I'm just not understanding what you're saying with the words. Over.
Okay. AA6S is calling W6QUI right now.
Oh, QUI. Okay, I heard the I and I thought it was a Y. That's what I heard. Thank you for that, Mike. I just couldn't get it. You're pretty weak when I pointed toward the Bay Area here.
Roger that. Yeah, I'm swinging up towards you now.
W6QUI, W6QUI. W6QUI.
Did you guys ever work, Ralph?
Roger.
Okay.
No copy on Ron.
Stand by, Fred. We'll be right with you.
Okay. Bill said no copy on W6QUI.
USL, no problem. And tell him we've already talked to KW6S, but Tom might still be there. Over.
Okay. Bill, they've already talked to Tom, KW6S, but he still might be there if you want to try it.
Screwed up.
AA6S didn't have the right rotor turned, Mikey, so he's going to try again.
Oh, okay. Well, while he's doing that, let me finish up with Fred here. I just wasn't sure who was in there, and I didn't want to miss anybody there, but now I know who it is. Anyway, Fred, fine on your weekend and week, I should say. And we're still listening to the news, of course, and I guess it's smoothing out a little bit over there. KD6 SOK K6MYC. Go ahead, Fred.
Well, Mike, I don't know if you can hear me anymore. Your band's dropped out for me, so I'll let you go, Mike.
Good here, WB6K.
I thought I heard WB6J and N in there. Jim, give me a long call so I can hone in on you. Over.
Okay, Mike. A6MYC, you've dropped down. You dropped down quite a little bit. WB6J and Willie Baker 6. Yeah, November. In San Jose, and Fred said he dropped down to as well. He was taking a nosedive. Over there, so we'll see what happens if you swing the beam around. If you speak up. WB6J and it's standing by.
Okay, pretty marginal copy tonight. That's odd, because normally you're pretty strong over here on 1296, but just about Q3 to Q4 copy, Jim. I'm sorry it's not better, but I hope you had a good day over there. And I'll take another standby. I went back and forth 2 times on your transmission. It was a good, long, nice transmission. I went to end, and I just could not find a peak anywhere. So I'm pointed to where I should be, at 283 or 285, but it didn't help much. It's lots of up and down QSB. WB6JNN, K6MYC, over. tree, Jim, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 2 meters, hopefully with better signals. I'm surprised 1296 is so poor tonight. Let's see if Jim is in here. WB6, or I should say W6PQL. I wonder if you had any luck with the 40-meter thing in terms of finding out what went wrong. W6PQL, K6MYC.
Yeah, hi, Mike. K6NYC, W6PQL. Yeah, I did a little investigation, and the 40, my HF antenna is just a square loop, and it's strung in the redwood trees that are out in the front yard. And after 15 years, it's sent by ladder line. After 15 years or so of the trees moving around in the breeze, and especially during the winter winds, it rubbed the insulation right off of the feed line in a couple of places. It's about a 5 or 6 foot section that I need to replace. And also, I'm not sure about the connections where the feed line meets to it, so I'll replace that part of it too. Didn't do it today. I just figured out where the problem was and decided what to do about it. What I'd really like to do is put up a different antenna, one that I used to use many years ago. Just an inverted V. I like those things. I used to work all kinds of defects on those things. You know, the go off the ends at a low angle, and they're cloud burners in the center, so kind of a compromising antenna, but it used to work pretty well. I may just leave the loop where it is once I get the feed line fixed. I'll take care of that tomorrow. K6NYC, W6PQL.
Well, everybody copies you when the antenna is working correctly. And, of course, your 1,500 watts doesn't hurt. But I missed what you said the other antenna is that you liked, that you had good success with. What's the other antenna?
Just a 3-band inverted V.
A 3-band what?
All you do is you put a 40 and a 20 in parallel at the feed point. You spread them out like, each one goes 90 degrees away from the other. And you've got 40, 20, and 50.
Okay, terrible QSB. You almost disappear on certain words. Really funny. You talk about, it's sort of like a fan dipole, but you don't run the dipole elements underneath the main support dipole. I put them all underneath one wire. It's either 80 meters with 40 and 20 hanging under it, or it's 40 meters with 20 meters and stuff hanging under it. That's usually what I do. I keep them all underneath this in the same plane. So the big long antenna supports the other two in kind of a loop. They hang down about 2 feet in the middle of each side. W6PQL, K6MYC.
Yeah, the band is variable, quite variable, as you noted. I didn't get any of that. But you probably understand where I'm going with this. Just a 40-meter and a 20-meter inverted V, both at the same feed point, all wires 90 degrees from one another, and fed with a common feed line. That'll cover 40, 20, and 15 meters. I'll be happy with that. I don't work the other bands anyway.
Yeah, that's good. I understand. Yeah. It's sort of like what I put up. I usually just keep them all in line, but you can, if you got places to put the ends to, you can do that. All right. Well, I think the loop was working fine once you get the feed line fixed. You must have had arcing or shorting in the feed line. I bet you when you get it down, or maybe you've already had it down, but I think the feed line is what's broken. Maybe the center conductor and the shield are getting together or something. Anyway, good luck with it, and we'll be in there tomorrow and the rest of the week for your testing if you want to do that. Hi. Good evening, and we'll see if we can hear anybody else. We should hear Mike in here, so maybe you can take a listen and see if Mike is on here. W6PQL, KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot, Charlie, perhaps, K6MYC.
Yeah, Mike is in here. 73's Mikey, W6PQL.
K6NYC, KB6 WFC, Kilo Bravo 6
solid copy. You're not real strong, but you're easier copy than Jim because he's hopping up and down like a rabbit with signal strengths on the heavy QSB area. But you're Q5. Good evening to you, Mike. KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie, Daly City. Cold country wintertime there, K6MYC.
Yeah, we got 54 degrees and fog, but it's okay. So, yeah, thank you. Glad you could hear me. 73, good evening. K6MYC, KB6 WFC.
Yeah, we copied everything and fine on the 57 degrees in the fog. We had about 80, somewhere between 80 and 85 today. It was warming up a little bit, but it wasn't oppressive. It was still very nice and workable, particularly if you stayed in the shade, which I did. I worked up at the front of the property on one of that big tree limb that came down. I finished up the woodworking on that, and all I can do until Frank gets here with the big chainsaws. Anyway, 7-3, Mike, and thanks, Brett. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good signal tonight on 1296 for a change. W6PQL with KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie for your final, Mike. K6MYC, over.
73, good evening, thank you. KB6 WFC, clear.
Roger, 7-3. Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area, please? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, over.
Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar.
K6WIS, not in the Bay Area, but coming from the Bay Area. K6MYC, good evening, Paul.
Hey, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. This is K6WIS. You're coming through 5x3 to 5x4 right now, though earlier you were peaking 5x5, so pretty good bounce pass signals this evening, over.
Yeah, not bad. It's up and down. There's quite a bit of QSB tonight, so you never know what you're really reading. But you're solid copy, and I assume you have no check-ins from your side, over?
Nope, no check-ins. Just listening to what stations I could hear from the Bay Area, and Jim, the W6PQL was the only one, and I had to point up 210 degrees, but to get you on the bounce path, I'm on 195 to 190 degrees, a little bit further south than usual, over.
Yeah, I'll be darned. Okay. Well, I'm surprised you don't hear KB6WFC. He's got a good signal over here. He's running about 100 or close to 100 watts, and pretty good signal out of Daly City, and that should be a pretty clean shot for you unless he's got some blockage just in your direction. But he was almost as strong as Jim here, and certainly every bit as readable. Jim was stronger, but with QSB, he was bouncing all over the place. Anyway, good to hear you, Paul. I don't know who else is in here. Let me just stand by and see if anybody else is copying you or anybody else in the Bay Area. Anybody else here that wants to work the Bay Area or over to Paul in Placerville? This is K6MYC Bozo Net. I just hear crickets, Paul, so if you're around, we'll look for you in a minute or two or 5 minutes on the direct path. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters, hopefully. 7-3, K6WIS, K6MYC.
Yeah, thanks for the QSO, Mike. WB6KFB in Daly City has a big mound of dirt called Bruno Mountain or Bruno Hill in the way, right in front of him between him and me, direct path. So that's a really difficult one. Anyway, I'll attempt to do the direct path with you in a few minutes, hopefully. 73 is Mike, K6WIS is clear.
Okay, very good. Fine on Mount St. Bruno. Yeah, St. Bruno, or Bruno Mountain, that's a bad one. They got TV transmitters up there, so I know it's a big mound of dirt. All right, 7-3, we'll see you on the direct path. Maybe sometimes it's much better than this path, although you're fine here. 73, K6WIS, K6MYC, clear and QRZ. Anybody else in the Bay Area, please, now? Okay, nothing heard in the Bay Area. Let me go up to 300 here or so. There's 630 something. N6 Radio Ocean, N6RO, okay, 6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. High temperatures about 83. I didn't look actually, but that's what it felt like. Dinner is going to be leftover spaghetti. It's actually little elbows. It's not spaghetti.
Little elbows. I don't know what they call that. What's elbow in Italy?
I don't know. It's pasta anyway.
Okay. Okay, very good. Very good. Well, it was about 80-something here, too. I guess I could guess between 80 and 85, and we could be in the same window. It sounded like it was almost identical here. Quite pleasant. I was outside for quite a while. I got a little bit of work done today. I wasn't really motivated, and I didn't have a lot to do that I wanted to get started on. I wore my knees and my fingers out the last 2 days pulling weeds in the area around the pool. It's really knotted up with crabgrass and watergrass, which are like the same thing, only one's heavier. The watergrass grows faster and is thicker weeds and a bigger root system. Boy, they go from seeds to grass to weed seeds in about 3 weeks. I already had big weed seeds on the top of the grass, putting out its baby, so to speak. Anyway, good to hear you, and I guess you recovered from the contest if you had any recovered to be done. But we'll listen for anything else you had related to the contest. You said something the other night, and that was after the fact, and I didn't. I thought you won Molly because nobody else entered. But there was something about the East Coast, and they had lots more people to work on 10 meters and stuff, and I didn't get what happened there.
Not sure what that was about. We had good conditions on all bands except 10 meters, but we did have that unusual opening around 10 o'clock Saturday night. It might have been there on Friday night, but we weren't expecting it any time that late. So we learned something new. The East Coast doesn't participate very much in an Asian contest. It's one of the few contests that we have an advantage in over the big boys back east. Okay, I got to run, got a concert going on, and we'll see you on 432 tomorrow in 6RO.
No, I won't see you on 432. I'll see you on 2 meters, so, and then 2 days from now on Thursday, I'll see you on 432.
Yeah, okay. I'm not yet recovered. Tuesday, for some reason, after a couple all-nighters, Tuesday is the day it really hits me. But I should be almost normal tomorrow. See you then on 2.
Yeah, okay, you're drifting like crazy. Do you have the Leo Bodnar thing on or not?
Yeah, I know. I can see the frequency changing as I keep following you. I need to reboot the little crystal thing.
Yeah, it's drifted up close to 100 cycles, so it's off a little bit. I'm sure you can get it. K6USY is the expert, so you can email him. He might have a clue if you don't know what to do. Your people can probably fix it too, but for some reason it's not locking up. Maybe you're losing signal to the satellite because of all the bunker busters over.
That could be. Oh yeah, well the indication. Frequency indication has gone down 300 hertz since we first started the queue.
That wouldn't surprise me. You sound good now, though.
Yeah, it's showing 150 hertz above 100.
I'll be darned. Okay. Well, who knows? Sounds good now, but obviously it's not locking. This one locks. I haven't had any issues with this, but sometimes maybe the signal. Rob had a little trouble with his, and there was something related to... I can't remember. What was your issue, Rob?
It needed to be tuned up so that it didn't fight the actual radio signal there. I forget what it's called, so I just had to adjust the thing a little bit and get it in the middle more.
Did you get that, Ken?
No, I didn't, but a lot of work was done back in the at the rear of this station where all the little boxes are, including the high stability thing, and I think it got dislocated, and it could be a signal problem. But I've been able to do it, reset it before, and put it in its right position. Anyway, no problem. N6RO.
Yeah, well, you might try to find the antenna. Maybe it fell down and it's laying sideways or something. I put mine up on a little shelf as high as I can in the room, and that seems to take care of it. It doesn't have anything above it that way. All right. Good evening. Go get your concert and whatever, and we'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Clear and listening for anybody else in this direction. Anybody?
99.
It's called REF adjustment, Mike.
Okay, it's REF adjustment. Radio Echo Fox, Rob?
QSL.
REF adjustment.
You go into menu, then you go into SAT, then you go into function, and then there it is.
Menu, set, and function, and there it is, he said.
Okay.
It's a reference. You have to get the reference so it's closer to, so the thing isn't pulling so hard to stay on frequency. I think you move the reference a little closer to the radio or vice versa, and that seems to take care of it, assuming you've got a signal at all. I'm sure you'll get it. 73 K6MYC.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, Aaron just texted me. He said that Ken has a different problem than what I had.
Okay, maybe. Apparently, it's been analyzed by Aaron K6 USY, and he said sounds like a different problem than what Rob has. So you may just have a lack of an antenna, Ken.
Yeah, I think so. I'll check it out later tonight.
Roger. 73. Go get your concert.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Aaron said he's probably just losing the GPS signal.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. I thought I heard Dave in there. Dave, K6BBG, was that you? Boy, are you weak. Holy cow. I must have you in a super null here. But I've got you. Hang on a second. Let me move the antenna a little bit more towards Sacramento, and you should come up here going this way. That should bring it up a little bit. Try it again, Dave.
Yeah, that even came up a little bit. It must be a big null. I'm pointing straight at you.
Yeah, got your 971. And good to hear you. Pleasant day today. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm just sitting here sucking in the oxygen.
I hear you. All righty. Well, good to have you. I don't think anybody else up there in Coarse Gold has 1296 except for Frank, and he's in Communicado. He's trying to recover from a dislocated back again. So, and I don't know if anything is hooked up in his shack. He's got the beacon running, but that's as far as it's gone lately. He's got things kind of torn up. Anyway, maybe he'll get back in here one of these days. K6BBG, K6MYC.
K6MYC. K6BBG. Tell him what it's moving like.
Have a good one. I think I'm pointed up toward, let me see if I'm a little bit too far for KJ6KFB. Let's see if I can get your 10 watts or so up there, Darren. KJ6KFB, KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo, K6MYC calling and listening. Yeah, I'm hearing you. You're not. You're about Q3, I should say, Q3. But we got you, and thank you for the 756. Not real strong tonight, but I didn't have the antenna quite on you. Should be closer now, and I can tweak it more on the next transmission, Darren. Thanks for coming back, and good to hear you here again on 1296. KJ6KFB, K6MYC listening. Go ahead. You come back, but I did not copy, so I guess you may have signed on me here. I can't find you now. 73, Darren, 73, and all we need now is higher antenna and more power. Hi. KJ6KFB 756 K6MYC. Anybody else in the Sacramento area, please? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie looking for 759. I can't tell whether I've got you in there or not, John. Let me make a little bit noise, and you can give me a longer call. I'm probably past you a little bit now. I'll come back across you and see if I can find you. So give me a little longer call. KR6MR, KR6MR, K6MYC, calling and listening. But I can't read it. I can hear you in there, John. I hear you in there. I get your cadence, and I'm hearing you enough to know it's you. KR6MR, I'm sorry the copy isn't there tonight, and the band is not great. The band isn't great, and of course the amplifier for you is not working properly either. So we'll say 73s, but you are in the log. We got your signal there. Thank you, John. I wish it was better. But we probably won't be able to do anything much better until you get resolve on the amplifier, and I know you can't do that immediately. 73, we'll see you on 2 meters. We'll see you on 2 meters tomorrow. KR6MR, K6MYC. 73, John. I'm getting some of it. I got 2 meters, and I heard Roger Mike and stuff like that. So I'm getting a little bit of copy now. A little bit of copy on you now, John. It's got that same fading, though. Everybody's got this really rapid QSB. You come up for 2 or 3 seconds, and then you're gone. Then you come back up again. So it's really difficult to peak the antenna. So I've been squeaking in very slowly to get a peak on you. But we'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters 73. Thanks again for your effort here. KR6MR, K6MYC. Bye-bye. Okay, anybody else while I'm pointed this direction? K6MYC, Bozo Net 1296 before I go to Nevada. See ya. Let me see if I hear K6WIS. Is that you in there, Paul? K6WIS, K6MYC, over. Yeah, I hear you. It's just about Q4. Very poor propagation tonight, but I got you. Thanks for the second check-in, Paul. Thanks for the second check-in there. K6WIS 637. We got you, but it's not very good copy. 7-3. It says same funny QSB. 3 words up, 3 words gone. 3 words up, 3 words gone. You're probably seeing the same thing on me there. But I got a little better peek on you that time. I got some words. I'm getting words, but not a complete sentence. QSB is brutal tonight. 73s, K6WIS, K6MYC. Good evening.
Yeah, copy you here, man. 4x1. I'll say 73s, 6, WI.
73s, I got the 4x1. QSL, the 4x1. You're about the same, 4x1. 4x1 or 4x0. 73s, K6MYC. Bye-bye. Okay, Rob, I don't know if we're going to have anybody in the up north. We can try for N7 Vector Alpha Zulu. That's going to be a real tough one, but we could go up there and try. Nobody else is there this week, over.
Okay, Larry's not on either, huh? Yeah, we missed I forgot to tell you, it's 8:17 right now, so we missed that opening.
Yeah, that's okay. It hasn't been that dramatic lately anyway. Since last year, it sort of changed. Let me look at, I'm pointed sort of right toward Reno, so let me see if I can get any trace of a signal from Eric. Eric, November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu, November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu, Reno, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, 1296 Bozo. 1296 Bozo Net calling. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC calling and standing by, standing by. I'll give another call. I thought maybe there was a trace of audio in there, but I can't even be sure. Very, very light. Very, very light. Eric, if you're hearing me at all, it's very light, and I just have to have a little more chatter from you. I think I'm pointed correctly, but I might be able to get a little bit of a peak somewhere. So give me another 30 seconds. Give me another 30 seconds, 30 seconds more transmission, and I'll look for a better copy. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC, searching for your signal, over. Nothing there. Let's see if 620, W6WE, W6 Whiskey Echo, is that right? Wait, no, Papa Echo. God, what's the matter with me? W6PE, I wonder if you're there tonight, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, this is Whiskey.
Yeah, I was looking in the chat room to see if Eric could check in there like he has before. Didn't see anything.
Tonight. My antenna is aimed at 350 degrees, so I'm definitely bouncing off a mountain, and that's why I'm getting you a signal from.
Oh, okay. Well, pretty good copy tonight. I think that's the best I've heard you on 1296 now. Is this horizontally polarized, pointed at north?
Yep, yeah, it's horizontally polarized. That's my 45 element Yagi. And I tried to move the antenna around, and I was getting my strongest signal and aiming about.
I probably went past you. I went back and forth a couple of times, then I hit the wrong button, and I went too far to the west. Anyway, you're solid copy when I'm on you. Just give me a little more chatter.
Okay, this is Whiskey 6 Papa. Echo, yeah, I'm kind of down in an area surrounded by mountains with a kind of small valleys heading out in different places, so it's looking like aiming 350 degrees was where I was getting the strongest signal from you. So I'll go ahead and put that in the memory on this. Now for 2 meters, it was 220 degrees. So I don't know. I guess it depends on the band what I need to do to get the signal to get down that way. Was this enough chatter to get zeroed in on me?
Yeah, got a good copy on you. Let me see, Rob. Are you hearing anything from him?
No, nothing. I searched a little, but this is the one where it doesn't tell me I'm really pointing.
Yeah, okay. Well, he says he's pointing pretty much due north, but pretty good signal. I would say you're 5 and 5, maybe S6 on the meter. So that's very strong for 1296 compared to what you have been. So the loop Yagi is working, and I know you're running just 10 watts, so it's a pretty good signal. I would say that all the parameters are working for you, Mike. I wish that you could get a signal over to Rob, but Rob's station is a little bit hampered with the rotor problems. He's got a rotator that doesn't tell him exactly where he is, and I think he's just running a single 222 easy.
No, I got a pair of them, and I've got my amplifier turned up to around 200 watts now. It doesn't seem to be kicking out.
And R was coming in really strong.
Oh, we doubled, Mike. Stand by a second, Mike, and see if you can copy Rob's 200 watts. That would be a clue that you might have a chance of getting back to him. Rob's running about 200 watts at the moment. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, probably better for him to talk. Let me search for him again. Anyway, W6PE, W6PE. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, DMO7, down here just a little bit east of Mike. So if you go a little more east, it'd probably be a little more direct line of sight, unless you're bouncing it off the mountains there and reflecting down here. W6PE, KM6SR. Go ahead.
Okay, did you hear any trace of Rob?
Negative. Nope. There were maybe just a little bit of signal above the noise, but nothing I could copy.
Okay, did you, you got a 9700. You do not have the Leo Bodnar frequency locking mechanism yet, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, in fact, right now my frequency display, she shows me at 1296.10245, so yeah, definitely need to get that installed on this thing.
You just got to tune the knob. Just grab the knob and tune me down so I sound normal to you, and you'll find that you're going to have to go down about 150 hertz, over.
Okay, I just retuned so you sound normal to me, so hopefully that takes care of it on what you're able to hear, and if that's not true, then maybe I've got something else wrong.
No, you're right on close enough on frequency now, no problem. Yeah, the radio is drifting. Ken N6RO had the same problem tonight, but he does have the Leo Bodnar thing, but he thinks maybe his antenna fell down. His satellite antenna fell down. It's a little tiny antenna. It's about 2 inches square, and it sits up. It's got a feed line about 6 or 10 feet long that can be placed near the radio or up high or outside a window or something. Mine are all inside, and they seem to work through the rough just fine. I'm not having any trouble that I know of here. Rob has one, and his is working good. Aaron has one. Everybody's gone ahead and just purchased the Leo Bodnar thing. Over.
Okay, well that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I've got it bookmarked, and as soon as I can work it into the budget, I'm definitely going to get that. I do have a question. If the satellite link fails, is the radio still usable?
It's not a satellite link. It's just taking a signal and locking to it off the satellite, and then it locks your radio to that. So it's not, there's no communications except it's receiving a signal from the GPS bird. Over.
Okay, yeah, I guess my question is, if it no longer was able to get that signal, would the radio still function okay, other than it wouldn't be locked on as well?
Yeah, it would just do exactly what it's doing now, and that's drifting. Over.
Okay, so that's good to know because sometimes things do happen. So
I think I may have tuned in better now.
I don't have to undo the whole thing if it breaks. But that sounds pretty good. Yeah, definitely got that on my to-get list.
Okay, I don't think anybody that I know of, and almost everybody that has a 9700 now has the Leo Bodnar thing. Rob had a comment, but I didn't get it. What was it, Rob?
I think I may have him tuned in a little better. I do have some pine trees in the way.
Oh, are you hearing him now?
I heard a little bit more of him. I can give him a call and see if he's hearing me. W6PE, W6PE. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo.
Any copy there, Mike?
Negative. Nope. I'm just not hearing him. So maybe I need a preamp as well.
Well, he doesn't have a preamp. And he's running 200 watts, and you're running 10. So he's hearing you. You should hear him.
Okay, maybe I need to adjust the antenna a little bit. So, and I don't know, but yeah, if he can hear me on 10, I should be able to hear him on 200 for sure.
Yeah, why don't you do this, Rob? Best make a transmission and let him look for you with his antenna. I can probably copy a number where you point to Mike, so don't worry about peaking for me. Peak for Rob at this point and see if you can hear him. Rob's going to make a 30-second or so transmission for you. W6PE and Course Gold, 2 KM6SRR. Go ahead, Rob. K6MYC.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Yes, the other Mike there, W6PE, Whiskey 6, Papa Echo. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, DMO7. I think you're probably the same grid square too. Anyway, I don't know whether you're having to bounce off a mountain and get down here or whether a direct line of sight. I do have some of these bull pines kind of in the way in that direction, so that may be hampering me a little, but I'm hearing you just some words, can't quite make them out. So I'm hoping my extra wattage might be good enough for you to at least hear me, and then we'll have an idea of the kind of path we might have going on between us. W6PE, KM6SRR, over.
Yeah, and be sure you have the preamp turned on. You have to turn the preamp on in the radio. Do you know how to do that on your radio, Mike? Over.
Yep, and it's on. Yeah, I tuned all the way from north to south, and I didn't get him in any place.
That's weird that you're not hearing him. You don't have any noise up there, do you?
There's a little bit of noise, but I don't think it's that much.
Okay. You went from north to south. Which way did you go? He would be, I would say, from your location, he's about 250. 240, 250 degrees would be the direct path. Over.
Okay, have him try it again for about 30 seconds, and I'll try it again.
Roger. Go ahead again, Rob, for about 30 seconds. He's going to try and go direct on you.
Okay, thanks, Mike. W6PE, Whiskey 6, Papa Echo. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, DMO 7. Yeah, I'm pointed probably directly towards you. Best I can tell, I'm probably aimed at about the counter of 240. So if you're around 240, I think it might be the best chance we have of making contact. I do have some pine trees in my way, so that probably should affect my transmission more than my receive, but who knows? Mike will be able to tell. Anyway, W6PE, KM6SRR. Hope that was long enough. Over.
Anything that time, Mike?
Negative. I just messed up. It's a little bit dark in here. I pushed the initialize button and it's going through its initialization routine.
Why? You can't just turn it manually?
Yeah, the value button is right next to the initialize button.
What happened again? You hit the initialize button and it took off on its own?
Yeah, well, the display did, but it says now I'm heading due north, so I'll try it again.
Okay, just see if you can point it at 240 and get close, and then I'll get Rob to transmit again. Is he getting any stronger for you, Rob?
Not really.
Did he go away on the last transmission?
Yeah, I think I didn't hear anything this time.
Yeah, well, he's pointed somewhere, but I don't know where. He's weak for me, but I can still hear him. I'm probably pretty close to line of sight to him. He's at 3,200 feet east of Oakhurst, over.
Okay, well, I should be kind of that direction. I don't have what's azimuth or however you turn it up to check the moon out, so I can't aim directly at his 3,200 feet, haha.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's see if he got it going that time. How about it, Mike?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, now I'm losing you. So, Rob, did you hear anything from him that time?
Just a few words, kind of a voice. I can't even really make out the words down low. They're sort of in the noise, which I don't have very much noise. So I don't know. I do hear him on some of the other bands, so maybe it's just a power issue on 1296. Over.
He's got a big, long loop Yagi. It's 6 or 7 or 8 feet long, so it's got gain. He's got gain up there and directivity. Just has to find a spot. He points north for me and bounces. He doesn't have anything on the direct path, he said. Well, he's got it, but it's not strong. But I point direct path for him right to his location in Korshgold. In Oakhurst there. So I get him on the direct path, but he only hears me well on the bounce. All right, well, we can keep trying. You think you've gone about as far and as many chances of turning back and forth as you need to get to see if you can hear Rob? Any more tests? We're willing to go one more if you want, Mike, over.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, let's do one more, and I'll run it through 360 degrees.
Okay. How long does it take? Maybe 30, 40 seconds to go all the way around?
Yeah. This is a TV antenna rotator, so it's not the fastest thing in the world.
Okay, well, you're booming in here now, so you're pointed back to where you're best for me. Okay, it takes about 40 seconds to rotate 360. He's going to turn it on and let it go around, all the way around, Rob, and see if he can find you. So just chat with me for a second. Tell me how many you got in the count for tonight. Just chatter about other things, and we'll. I got, I don't know what I got, maybe 15, something like that tonight, maybe 16, maybe 18.
Okay, let me count here. I didn't count yet. Let's see. Yeah, I think I've got 16, real quick count. So, yeah, I do hear him on the other band, so I don't know what the difference is on this except for maybe power. I don't know how many watts he's running on the other bands. I think I hear him on 2 meter, and I'm not sure, maybe 432. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, W6PE, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, DM07, a bit east of Mike. We could try bouncing off hills, but I'm not sure which mountain to point at or what rock to point at to bounce to you. So hopefully that was long enough for you to spin on around. W6PE, KM6SRR. Over.
One correction, he's west of me, Mike, not east. Rob is east of me and a little bit north, but just maybe 2 or 3 miles north and mostly east. He's just at the in the area of Course Gold, where Course Gold is on the other side of the road, though. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, you're probably not going to hear me because I'm aiming the total wrong direction.
Well, you're wrong for me, but I can copy. Did you find any place where you heard him come up out of the noise? Over.
Negative. Nope. Nothing. So I'm not sure what the problem is, but I know high frequencies can be very, very weird. I know that one of the speeders here that I had to bounce off the mountain quite a bit. And I find times that I can't hit the speeder, but I can hear it loud and clear. And then that's even within about 50 watts.
Okay, yeah, point where it's best for me. I think that's as good as anything for Rob. And he gets pretty much something from you on the same bounce. Rob, he's running a 9700, so he's got 100 watts on minimum on 2, 75 or 70 watts on 432, and 10 watts here on this band. So those are the power limits. Rob runs more power on 2 meters. He's got 1500 on 2, but he's hearing you on 2, and he's hearing you on 432. So he's and I'm concerned that you're not hearing anything from Rob. That's bothered me that you've got no receiver for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what is going on, but I don't know. I'll look into it, and we'll see how we do on some of the other bands during the week.
Okay, on the preamp, I want you to turn the preamp on and off, and you should hear the noise level come up very slightly, and you should see the little indicator on the screen. I don't know what it says anymore, but there's an indicator on the screen when the preamp is on. Over.
It says P-amp, and it's right above the 1296.
When the preamp is on, it has P.amp. So, yeah, it's definitely on.
Okay. You got it on, and very good. And you're way down again, so you must not be right for me either.
That was pretty weird because I aimed it back at the same place. Maybe when I hit the initialize, it messed up the calibration or something. I don't know. Weird night.
Okay. Give me your count again. 16, did you say, Rob?
Yeah, let me count more slowly here. Aaron just texted me. He was having internet problems at the hotel, but he thinks it might be back to normal now. So I don't know. I guess you got to point to him in order for his setup to be able to reach you. Over.
No, I can hear him most every place. It was just one spot he stopped that he got very, very weak for me. And it was because of a little QSB on the band. He would be Q5, and then he would drop into the noise for another half a sentence. So most of the time I can read him no matter where he's pointed.
Okay. Yeah, I've got 16 on the nostrils.
1079 and Bozo 1100 in Sacramento.
Okay, we got you, Aaron. Thank you. K6USY and Brittany 1100. Thank you. And good to hear you, Aaron. Over.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, the internet connection's been a little wonky tonight, but looks like it's being relatively stable at the moment. So Thanks for getting us down. I'm currently vertical, so I was waiting for you to be pointing north, but you're sounding good on the vertical, and we'll be back in town tomorrow night, so we'll catch you on 2 meters tomorrow, K6USY.
Yeah, I'm fine. You're fine. I'm pointed due north, but or the close, where you always come in well. And no problem copying. You're booming in here. Okay, Mike, 73s to you. This baffles me that you can't hear Rob. What kind of feed line and how long is the feed line roughly to the antenna that you have up on 1296, your Mike, over?
I'm using, I think it's at the LMR 400, and I think I probably got maybe 35, 40 feet of coax.
Okay, so that shouldn't be attenuating much. You're probably getting 6 or 7 watts to the antenna. And you still shouldn't be attenuating Rob's signal anything significant. So strange you're not hearing Rob. I assume Rob's putting out the power he says he is. He says it's showing 200. That's a whole bunch more than yours. That's 13 dB more. So if you're not hearing anything and he's hearing you, that's the strange part. So that means there's more than 15 dB difference between your receive and his. And he's got a 9700 also, Mike, over.
Okay, well that's very interesting. I know earlier when you were, I think, aiming in the Bay Area, there was another station coming in very strong here. I think his call was K6NR, but I may have copied it down incorrectly. But yeah, I had no problem copying.
That was probably N6RO in Oakley. Sort of toward Vacaville up the west side of the Sacramento Valley.
Okay, yeah, he was coming in here really well.
Well, he's running 600 watts and a pair of Yagis up there, similar to what I have here. I think he's got a pair of 23CM22s up there.
Okay, yeah, well, that'll make a difference, that's for sure.
Well, the next time when he's in there, maybe you can try to break in and see if you can get heard by him. He's got good ears. He doesn't have a preamp. I'm running a preamp with a 1 dB noise figure at the antenna, so my feed line has no effect on the sensitivity. I'm right at the antenna with a very low noise preamp, so I hear awfully well. But most people don't do that. They don't have good preamps, and they don't usually put them at the antenna. I just did this because it's a leftover from my moonbound stays. Hi. All right, I'm going to get out of here, guys, and go get some dinner. I assume that there's something waiting for me. If not, well, we'll rustle something up. But good to hear everybody, and we'll see everybody tomorrow night on 2 meters. This is Mike, K6MYC, Bozo 47, in Delta Mike 07, closing the 1296 Bozo Net. Good evening, all.
70 Mike, W6PE.
K6MYC, KM6SR. Yeah, I added Brittany to it.
73 Mike.
18 total for tonight.
Yeah, 18, got it, thank you.
I guess Judy's not out there with you, so 73 is Mike, K6MYC, KM6SRR.
Okay, thank you, Rob, 73. No, Brittany, I mean, she's not here. She's tending to the dogs. We've got the dogs, and she leaves the dogs in the house. They bark, so she doesn't want to have them barking when Matt's home. So she just stays in. It's not a big deal. The only thing is I can't see the rotor direction anymore very well. Well, I'm really losing my eyesight here quickly. 73, guys, K6MYC. See you tomorrow.
Okay, Mike. I can see the rotor where it's pointed, but I don't have a digital readout like Aaron has because he has a direct connection to your radio. Anyway, 73s, K6MYC, KM6SR.
Yeah, you should see it pointing almost north. It's 350 something here.
Yeah, it's off now, so I guess Aaron closed the net maybe?
He closed it. Okay, 73, we'll see you all tomorrow.